Hello friends, in this video I will give you a demo of NFS server and how to set it up on your Linux systems. For this lab exercise I have got two brand new virtual machines. One is running CentOS 8, another is running RHEL 9. Okay, so the CentOS machine is I'm going to use for NFS and the RHEL 9 is my DevOps system. So what is NFS? Network file system or network file sharing. So, what happens when we use NFS? This black box you see here, this machine has a disk that can be used or accessed on this green box. Okay, so it means from one server, a disk is available there. So from that server, you use it to another server. That's it. Simple, isn't it? So let's create a volume on this NFS server first. mkdir / mnt. Let's call it teams data. Okay. Now this directory has been created. Good. Next thing, I want this directory or disk available on my DevOps machine. Of course, it is not there currently. You see, no such file or directory. So what we do, we set up NFS. So we need this thing, NFS utils. This package should be installed, must be installed in fact. Okay, so I said should be installed because I thought it would be available. So it is available. Now the same thing you need to check on your client system also. NFS utils has the packages or the commands, the configurations you need from server side and from the client side. Okay, so default steps you get. Now, now that prerequisite is met, what is next? Now, first of all, this CentOS server or this black box, how does it know that it is exporting any volume, any disk that other machine can see and access? Okay, so let's check export fs -v, and there is nothing. Currently, it is not making any volume or disk available for use on the network, okay, by other systems. So we need to do this inside /etc directory. There is a file exports. There is nothing inside here currently. So what we do now, we configure this file and we tell it clearly that this is the source mount directory I'm going to use and where it can be used. If you start, that means any system. Okay, so in your um, organization, you might see these settings differently. Okay, you might specify some IP or range or system name. Let's see, IP for this system is this one. So I can specify this IP that only this client can access it, or I can just keep star for this exercise without a space. Okay, you specify the parameters or options such as this read write, synchronization, and the default one root squash, squash, squash. Okay, root squash or squash, what it means, it means if the remote server, the one on the top green one, okay, it will access the directory which is here, this one. And since there is a root account on this system and it can access that directory, right? It can change the directory in any way it likes. if you don't use root squares. There is a parameter called no root squares also. So if you use root squares, what will happen? This server will point or map the root user of your client system to nobody user. There is a user called nobody. It is mostly installed slash it is sorry mostly created nobody. So on this system also, on any Linux system, you will find it. So it will map the root user to nobody. Next, okay, if you have more directories or volumes, you can make more entries here. Let's keep one simple, save and exit. Okay, now export fs-v. There is nothing. We just we just added one entry in this file and it's still we see nothing. Okay, so if there is nothing showing here, then how the client will know, right? So what we do now, we have to tell the system, hey, I have something called NFS server. NFS server. So NFS server service we need to enable and check if it is running. Systemctl status NFS server. And you see loaded, inactive, dead, etc. So what we do, we start it. Also ensure that you keep it enabled so that when you reboot your system, it comes online automatically. Now let's check the status and it is active. Okay, now let's run this command and it is telling you that this system is exporting this volume or disk and world because we here let's see export, we put a star here, so world, so any machine. World doesn't mean outside your network, only inside your network. So any machine on your network can access this directory now, and these are the options applied to it. Some options we explicitly set, such as these three one. Others have been set automatically. Okay, so from server side we are good. Now let's go here and let's check IP of this server. Okay, now first create a directory /mnt and we can keep the same name if we want, or we can keep a different name. Let's keep it like this, client side. Okay, we cannot create this directory because I'm logged in as somebody else. So let's do it as root super user sudo. Done. So this directory is created now. So sudo mount -t NFS. What to mount? 192. This is the IP and this is the source directory. Okay, see, this is the source directory where we want to mount it on our local system here. Hit enter. It may or may not work. Why? Because we just did uh, the NFS configuration, server side configuration, but we did not tell the server that it will accept incoming connections or not. So from this machine, connection is being made to this one. Hey, let me access this directory which you are hosting. Okay, but it's not allowing it. Okay, so what to do now? We need to use firewall command hyphen list services, and we can see only these services are allowed. Okay, SSS allowed, HTTP allowed, but NFS is not allowed. So add service NFS. I forgot permanent. Okay, now let's do one thing. Reload. Now let's check. You see, NFS is there, but our client system already timed out and exited, or it's got any success in the meanwhile. Let's see. Yes or no? Yes, it got success. You see, the moment we allowed the connection through firewall, okay, we opened the port. Now it is available. You see in the output from df command above, this IP is there of our NFS server, the source directory, and the directory we are going to use on the client side. It is mounted and the size is about 4 GB. We have successfully set up our NFS server. We have done the configuration on the server side. We have ensured that a particular volume or directory is available to our client systems. Export fs-v. Okay, it tells us that this directory can be used by any system on our network, and our client system just did that. There is nothing inside it because we did not create any file. Okay, so let's do one thing on the server side itself. Let's get inside this MNT Teams, and we can create one file readme.txt. Use this volume with care and responsibilities. That's it. Now we have this file here. Okay, now on the client side, let's see, we got the file there. Okay, let's get inside that directory using cd. Okay, so we have done everything now. You can see now. We have successfully exported the volume or directory and made it available to the client system. Okay, we also noticed that port or NFS service needs to be allowed on the server side. By the way, what port is used for NFS service? Do you remember? Let's see. Because this server is allowing it, so what port it is using? We can check. Graph for NFS. Not showing anything. Why? I don't know. I don't know what service it is using. what port it is using, NFS. But I have a way. Uh, let's see, grab etc services and grab for this one NFS. So port number 2049. That is the port for NFS. Let's see. You see, 2049. It is listening and established. If this port is not listening, that means your server service is not running. And this established means there is a connection already. From where? From this IP. This IP belongs to this green box, our DevOps system. Check it. You see, 2.20. Sorry, 2.60. 2.60. And the port 731, that is irrelevant. That is the port this box, DevOps box used for outgoing. So for outgoing, it can use any port. Okay. But for incoming, we need to make sure that this port is available. With the firewall command, we just use the user friendly name NFS, but we could also use this port number. Okay. So instead of using this command like this, list, sorry, add service, we could use add port. And then the port number. And then the protocol you want. Okay. Hyphen permanent. Any other protocol you want to use, such as UDP, like that. Okay. Then the next thing is you do this reload. Okay. UDP is irrelevant, you know, TCP is relevant, but I'm giving you an example. You can do this again, NFS, etc services. You see, TCP. And for UDP also the same port is used. But just in case if you want. Now, list ports. And you can see 2049, that port is there. List services. NFS is there and other services are also there. So guys, this is a bonus thing I have shared with you with respect to firewall commands. But the main thing that we wanted to do, we have done it. We have achieved it successfully. We can also explore common problems. So let's do that now. Before that, I will create one file here, cat hello. And now you see permission denied. Okay. Why? Because only the root user has the right permission, nobody else. So what we do, sudo chmod plus 775. So give all permission to the user and uh, to groups, and others don't give right permission. /mnt teams not permitted. Why not permitted? And we are using the sudo, the super user too. Still we cannot change the permission. Tell me why we cannot do it, guys. It's a mounted file system. Okay, you need to first unmount it. For unmount, use sudo. Why I need to use sudo here? Because I'm not logged in as root. Now we have unmounted it successfully and we can check it. There is nothing inside this directory now. Okay, and the df command will also not show you okay any NFS mount here. But this is your local directory. So now change it. Change the permission for this one. Sudo chmod 775 on this. Successful. Now mount it again. No problem. Check df-htp and you see it has been mounted again. Check the permission. So what is the permission? Okay, same permission as before, even though we had changed the permission. Okay, now why that is so? The thing is, from the source side, the permission has not been set explicitly. So how we do that? That's the troubleshooting thing we are doing. Tips data. On the source does not allow other users to write inside this directory or volume. So the people, the DevOps guys who use this box, they complain and they ask the system admin, hey, we can access it, but we cannot write anything inside it. The admin that you are, you go to the source system where NFS is running and you change the permission. You allow. So you do this, changed, and you ask the DevOps guys, hey, just do a refresh. How to do refresh? Check it. Done. Now this user, local user, tries to access this mount point again. It can check the files present there. It tries to create one file, hello, and hi. And it's still permission denied. Tell me why. Guys, tell me why. You see, owner is the root, group is the root, others don't have right permission. This guy, Linux YT, is not one of these two. Okay, we go to the system admin again and ask for a favor. Hey, make it 777. Okay, done, done. Now, here is a catch. You see this, the console or the putty session is showing it as green here. Okay, but don't rely on the colors. Notice here 777 permission is there, which means anybody can do anything inside this directory. And we have to put a condition there. What condition we have to put there? I'll show you by example. Okay, let's see here. So this user goes inside this directory again and tries to do the same thing, hello, hi, and wow, this user has been able to create a file. Is the owner of this file? Okay, the file has been created by this user successfully. Sorry guys, hi. Okay, so this is how we fix the permission issue. Now, another thing, as I just told you, we have to put a condition when we are giving 777 permissions. What condition? So we will break something down. Okay, let's log in as somebody else. I have another user created, so I will log in as another user called demo. Okay, now demo is going to check what NFS system is available. This one, the common directory for the developers or teams. This guy goes inside this directory, checks the files, tries to read the contents of this file hi, which is created by another guy. It can check readme.txt, even though owned by root, it is trying to check it can check because read permission is given to everyone. Okay. Now this guy demo tries to modify the contents of this file called hi. In this file there is only one line hello. Okay. Let's see if he gets any success or not. Hello. Even though there is a warning, changing a read-only file. I am demo. Save. You cannot save it. W exclamation mark for forcefully saving. And you see return. Changes have been written. Get high. File is owned by now demo. Earlier, the owner was this guy, Linux-YT. Now this file has been changed. Ownership also got changed. And this guy, when he logs in back, goes into the directory and sees the file, but the file is owned by somebody else and the contents have been changed. Now there is a fight. Hey, who did this? Why? Let's see this readme.txt file also. Vi and hit I for insert mode. Warning, you're changing a read-only file, okay? And because this guy is angry, he writes something, blah, 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 like that. And save the contents forcefully. And let's see what happens next. The file that was once owned by the root user, its contents were written by the root user. And now you see the contents have been messed up and the ownership also got changed. Now, that's a challenge. When you are working with a team, you have many people, right? Some people love to destroy your work, undo your efforts. So, how do we control that? So, because of this fight, now they all DevOps guys, they go to whom? They come to you. You are the system admin, you are the admin of this NFS server. They come to you and tell you, hey, we are facing this problem, solve it. They cannot do it on the client side, okay? On the server side only. Now, as the system admin, you do one thing, only one thing. 777 permission, you did, you put one, the digit one extra before it. Or you can also do this plus T. Now, check the difference. You see a T here that was missing earlier. What is it? A long, long ago, Once I was being interviewed by a company, I remember it was IBM, and they asked me this question: what is sticky bit? And I explained it. And in this video, I have given you a demo of it. This is called a sticky bit. You set it on a directory which is used by more than one person, and just to ensure that somebody does, other body cannot undo it. What somebody does, other people cannot undo it. Similar permissions is set by the system by default on this slash tmp also. You see, you will notice it here also, slash where slash tmp. So any directory which is having 777 permission, world readable, writable, and executable, you need to ensure that a sticky bit is there. If a sticky bit is not there, then it is going to be a huge problem. Now this guy gets into that directory again, check the files. It it tries to uh, create another file. Let's say echo hello, and the file name is world ls-l. Okay, the file is there with this content. He does his work. He logs out. Now demo is there, and demo logs in and goes into this directory, and checks the contents of this file, and this file world is owned by Dev Linux YT. And once again, as usual, because this guy loves to destroy the efforts of others, he tries to get inside this file, change the content, make it a blank file, tries to save it forcefully, but you see this time what happens? Cannot open file for writing. Press enter or type command to continue. Enter. What command? Q. No, you cannot quit. Quit forcefully. So this time the file has not been overwritten or changed by another user. That's the beauty of a sticky bit. You set it on directories. It has no sense on a file if anybody asks you in an interview. Let me know, guys, if you enjoyed this session. Okay, I try to keep it as simple as possible, and I deliberately kept these systems fresh so that I could show you from the start, from the very beginning, how to set up NFS server and how to set up a client. Okay, and in case you have any query, you face any challenge, let me know in comment box. Share your thoughts, guys. Thank you for your support in advance. Bye bye.